Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another Fallout 4 Mods Weekly. This week we've got a handful of weapon, armor, and equipment mods, and some really cool new enemies to fight. For starters, we're going to check out a brand new weapon mod, and that is the SciFi Katana by Deathoctimus. This is going to add a new katana into the game with a cool futuristic twist, something that is definitely befitting of Cyberpunk 2077. This comes with a handful of modifications as well as some cool droppable items that you can throw up at your settlement as some unique display pieces, which is a pretty neat touch to throw into a melee weapon mod. This sword offers a lot of unique style and flavor and is definitely a really cool addition to Fallout 4's sandbox. Something I'd really love to see in the future is a patch that adds support for the animations from Cyber 77. That would be really cool and would definitely fit the style of this katana. So if you want to craft the various items available in this mod, you're going to need to head over to the Octi Katana section of your chemistry station. In there you'll find a handful of items. Starting with, of course, the katana itself, which is going to cost you 2 adhesive, 1 rubber, and 3 steel. And then once you have this, you can take it to a weapons workbench to add all of the unique pieces. But there are also some apparel items here. You will see that there are some full sheaths as well as some regular sheaths. The full sheath will have the katana actually inside of it and is used as an apparel item that you can use with any other weapons just to have the katana equipped to your back or side. However, the regular sheath is supposed to be used in conjunction with classic holstered weapons so that you can actually unequip your weapon and it will go into the sheath like it's supposed to, which is a pretty neat feature. Additionally, you can also find your different katana stands here. Whenever you craft these, they will be turned into junk items that you can then drop down at your settlement, which is, again, a really cool decoration piece. A nice addition with this mod is the ability to customize your blade. You can change the glowing color on the hilt with a variety of colors to choose from. And you can change the color of the blade as well. You have options for gold, heated, red, and silver. And then if you want to increase the damage, you can sharpen the katana for varying degrees of increased damage. This weapon is not added to the leveled list, it is purely a crafting item, but that is just fine. This is still a beautiful sword and is really great for any melee character. Definitely a neat mod worth checking out, and it has versions for both PC as well as Xbox One. Links to both will be in the description below. The next mod we're going to be taking a look at is a serious Recon Scope standalone retexture by Gmoi. That's right, Gmoi, the creator of the Zap Gun and the recent Pipe Weapon retexture mod, has come out with a standalone retexture for the Recon Scope. Now this seems like a pretty simple thing, but that Recon Scope in the vanilla game is absolutely atrocious, and this has a couple of different versions that you could download to make it look a whole lot better. The first version is the standard cream option, which is going to have a pretty similar color scheme to the vanilla one, but it's going to look a whole lot better with some more diluted colors and a much nicer texture set. My personal preference though is the new dark metal version, which is going to be a nice dark gray with some red accents. In my opinion, this is going to fit better with a lot more of the weapons available in Fallout 4. So if you're somebody who is still using that vanilla Recon Scope, I highly recommend checking out this retexture just to make it a little bit more visually appealing. This has a really nice aesthetic to it, so if you're a fan of the boxy shape but just not the textures, this is definitely the go-to if you're not using something like a full-on replacer. As usual, some really awesome texture work by Gmoi, and this is definitely worth a download. Up next, we have the Merc Outfit by the Fallout London team. This mod is going to add a handful of new outfits, a couple of helmets, and some other accessories, and all of these have a really fantastic lore-friendly style. So that's right, this is yet another release from the Fallout London project, giving a peek into some of the future pieces that will be included in the overall mod. I really like the design of the armors included in here. In total, you get 4 new outfits, 2 new helmets, and a set of gloves, and even the gloves are really high quality. These items are not added to the leveled list, instead you will have to craft them at the chemistry station. That being said, I really hope that in the future there is a patch for leveled list integration, or even better for me would be a railroad patch that would add these as replacers for the railroad outfits, as I think this style would really suit them and we would finally have a proper railroad overhaul. Either way, if you want to get a hold of these yourself, you're going to need to head to your chemistry station to the new IOD Merc gear section, where there will be a handful of choices. So each of these outfits has 2 versions, the regular version and the UA version. UA stands for Under Armor. These can be used with armor pieces like leather and metal, although be aware that there will be some clipping, so use that at your own risk. As for patterns, you get the Merc Camo pattern, the Merc Denim, the Merc Fatigues, and the Merc Two-Tone. Additionally, like I said earlier, you do get a set of gloves, which are some really nice looking gloves, and you get 2 helmets, the P-Type helmet and the Paratrooper helmet. Each of these has an additional option to remove the straps in case there's some clipping with the mask you're wearing. Altogether, these are some really beautiful outfits that are fitting in the lore-friendly vanilla style, and I think these are a great addition to your game. Again, would be nice to see some leveled list integration in the future, but for now, these work just fine. As of right now, this mod is currently only available on PC. That being said, all of the other Fallout London mods have eventually made it to Xbox, so I'm sure there will be a port sometime soon. Here's hoping that port's pretty quick because this is a really cool mod and you Xbox users don't want to miss out. The next mod we're checking out is the Combat Drone mod by IceStormNG. Now, I actually did a full breakdown of this mod earlier this week on the channel, so you can check that video out if you want a full breakdown of every single detail. But for this video, we'll do a quick review of everything that is included. For starters, this mod adds a ton of new enemy drones into the Commonwealth. These will spawn with different weapons based on the faction that they belong to, and there are 3 different levels of drone. The 3 levels are the Luna, the Hawk, and the Hornet. As for the factions you can find these drones with, you'll be able to find Gunner drones, Brotherhood of Steel drones, Institute drones, Fault Tech drones, and even Nuka World drones. Now, based on the faction, these drones will actually have different weapon types. Standard drones will use 5.56 miniguns, the Institute drones will use their standard blue lasers, the Brotherhood of Steel drones can use either the minigun or a red laser, and the Gunner drones will use either the minigun or the plasma Gatling. These drones are pretty sizable enemies. These guys are not to be messed with, especially higher level ones like the Hawks or Hornets. They will be pretty beefy, however, once you take them down you will get some very valuable scrap, including the new drone circuit board, which can be used to craft drones of your own. When it comes to making drones of your own, you can have follower drones made at the chemistry station, or you can create an activator that will allow you to craft drones for your settlement. These will include a bunch of defense bonuses and will patrol your settlement and keep enemies out. In general, Fallout 4 has a severe lack of mods that add in new creatures. This is getting better as of late with mods like Mutant Bestiary, and this mod is definitely a wonderful one that adds a totally new, unique type of NPC that when I saw this for the first time, I was ecstatic. This thing is super cool and definitely fitting of the Fallout style. Drones and robots have always been a thing, so having something to be in the air and keep your eyes off of the ground during combat is a pretty cool, unique touch. Definitely a wonderful mod and worth checking out if you haven't already. And this mod's available for both PC and Xbox One. And the final mod that we're checking out this week is the Shanxi Type 97 Chinese Laser Pistol by Scail. This mod adds a very unique take on an energy weapon to Fallout 4. This mod comes complete with custom model and texture, custom animations, and even leveled list integration. This weapon also comes with its own unique ammo type, which is the Chinese Disposable Pyrotechnic Flash Lance, or CDPFL for short. Now, the way this thing functions is pretty interesting. It is a laser weapon, though it shoots a pretty slow-moving red projectile, sort of similar to that of plasma. And like I said earlier, it uses disposable pyrotechnic flash lamps as the ammo type, meaning it actually ejects casings whenever you shoot it. Now, upon further inspection, these aren't typical ammo casings. They are custom models that are silver with a little lens at the end. So these somehow fire a laser round and then are disposed of once they're done. Pretty interesting take on how an energy weapon would function. Now, this weapon is added to the level list, and that is the only way you're going to be able to obtain it. It is not craftable at the chemistry station, so you're going to have to go out in the world and find it on enemies or at vendors. And like I said earlier, this weapon does have custom animations, and so I'll let you have a look and listen to those now. Altogether, this is a pretty cool, neat little mod package, definitely an interesting weapon mod, and some really cool work by Scail. If you want to check this thing out for yourself, I'll have a link down in the description below, along with all of the mods featured in this video. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a rating, subscribe if you haven't already for more videos just like this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace! And really quick, I'd like to make a shout out to all of our patrons. Your donations are greatly appreciated and really help to support the channel and videos just like this one. So again, thank you!